Welcome, artists. In this video, you will learn about the skills and concepts we will be exploring in Unit 4. Let's look at the big ideas we will be exploring in this unit. This unit focuses on two big questions. First, what is a concept artist? And second, how do artists create characters with personality? So let's look at big question number 1. What is a concept artist? A concept artist is a designer who visualizes and creates art for characters, books, video games, movies, and beyond. Concept artists are kind of a middleman between the idea and the final product. They develop the director's ideas and create a visual model that the animators, modelers, or VFX teams can use in production. Concept artists use their knowledge of art and design to give personality to their characters through visual cues. We will learn how to identify a character's internal and external traits and how to translate them into a visual language. The learning targets we're focusing on in this unit fall under the creating standards. In the last couple of units, we've been developing our drawing skills by mostly copying existing drawings and art styles. In this unit, I'm asking you to apply unique ideas that are inspired by the work we've done so far. Let's look at the skills you'll be learning in this unit. In order for you to achieve the goal of creating a character, you must first practice a few key skills. In this unit, you'll be practicing character proportions by creating a model sheet to show that you can turn your character in space and keep their proportions consistent. You'll learn about the language of shapes and how choosing the right shapes can help convey the personality of your character. And you'll learn how to use grid paper to keep your character in proportion as you are creating this new character. The artistic process. So let's talk a little bit more about that learning target of I create. So this picture on the right is a model of Bloom's taxonomy, which is the educational standard for understanding the layers of learning. At the bottom, let's see if I can move myself here, this word says remember, which is the lowest order of thinking. Just being able to recognize and recall facts is the very basic foundation of learning. As we move up, these levels of learning get more complex. First, you just remember, then you understand what it means, then you're able to apply those facts or rules, then you can analyze to break down that information into component parts, then you can evaluate or judge what that information means. And then at the very top of Bloom's taxonomy is the ability to create, which is understanding what you've learned, breaking it down, and then turning it into something new, combining those parts of what you learned into something new. So this project asks you to use your highest levels of thinking to break down what we've learned from our Marking Period 1 character study projects, where you learned about the different kinds of characters and the shapes that go into those characters and your drawing skills, and now apply them into the creation of your own unique character. In order to reach that highest order of thinking, we'll move through the artistic process, which is illustrated here. So I've given you the topic, which is to create a new character, and you'll create a model sheet for that character. And then as we move through the lessons in this unit, you will generate your ideas with the story cards and brainstorming day. You'll explore and develop those ideas in your sketchbook. You'll refine those ideas by doing some peer feedback. And yes, this time I want that peer feedback as a must do, not a should do. You'll create your final piece, and then you'll evaluate your work in your project rubric and reflection. So, in order to create your new character, you might want to think back to those basic cartoon styles that we learned in Unit 2. Just because you're creating something new doesn't mean you're starting from scratch. You can build on what you learned. You can start with an existing style and transform that into your own unique new character. You can also consider graphic novels. We haven't really talked about those yet, but that's why we're going to the library. Miss McMullen in the library has a huge graphic novel section, so you can look at what the illustrators have done for these contemporary art styles. And another concept that we haven't covered yet is anthropomorphism, which is a big fancy word that just means attributing human characteristics or behaviors to an animal or object. You see this in all kinds of cartoons, whether we transform food into characters, comics, you see all the animal comics are anthropomorphized characters. In anime, we have a lot of animal or animalistic characters. Disney, we have cars, teapots, anything can be turned into a character. So you don't just have to make a human character. And of course, Pokemon is nothing but animals and nature. All right, so let's get started. I hope this video has provided you with the inspiration to jump into this unit, and perhaps you will create the next great character. I can't wait to see what you create. Have fun.